guarantee. It's checked by experts for that feeling of freedom. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. Sorry for that, Sharon. I get it. Hit the like button. I sure like being here. Sure better than where I was yesterday. Woo. Wait for that story. Pops has a story for you guys later. It's all about doing your best. Woo. Right before we read our do your best part, we'll tell the do your best story. What this is the boiled down liquid culture. It started out up here. The liquid culture was separated out, the mycelium, from the broth. Then we boiled down to reduce. Keep it right at simmer so it isn't boiling. Keeps most of the metabolites in there. Boil down. And this is the thick sauce. That right there. And I plan on later today, maybe tomorrow morning, making a tea out of this. Just a tea, and see what the ultimate effects are going to be. So this is our boiled down broth. And you can see it was strained to almost perfect. And then as it boiled down, some of the mycelium that was still in there gathered together to live. And we've been tracking this jar for 2 to 3 days to see, will that mycelium start up again and start colonizing after it's been processed the way we have. And so far we haven't seen any new growth in here. So we probably killed the growth cycle, and we're ending up with this as our broth. Tomorrow I will show you the mycelium chips that we ended up with from the straight mycelium. I'll just say quickly, you'll see tomorrow why this isn't something that you do a lot of at home. Okay? Actually, chicken soup from this would probably be really good. I just don't want, for whatever reason, I don't want this to get to a boiling point. So I just feel like I'd kill a lot of goodness in here if I boil it. So I'm keeping it at a lower, like 170 degrees or lower, almost like a pasteurization temperature. So that's what we've been, during the boil off, that's what we had it at. It spiked about 180 something for a minute there, but then you just bring it back down. You can keep it at 170-ish. Jesus Christ. She was one of those, huh? Well, I've got to try it. I didn't do all of this to not try. That's right. It's the simmer pile, right, Kimmy? Quick story. Not even a story, a thank you. Let's do a thank you to Herbie von Werby Kabop, Kabroken Furby. Herbie, do you remember when you sent us that stuffed animal? Wait, there it is right there. Oops. You sent us that stuffed animal right there with the chewies all around it. Do you remember sending that? Ruff named it Mike. Ruff named him Mike. Okay? It is the cutest story you've ever seen. From the minute he got Mike, Mike became his real pal. Did you notice that all the chewies that are around Mike? So his new thing is he can't chew, or he wants to chew one of his chewies on top of Mike. It's almost like, I'm not even kidding you, and you thought, oh, it was just once in a while, but it wasn't. Okay? Every time he goes and gets his chew, he has to go find Mike. And then he has to go lay on top of Mike, and Mike and he together chew on this. Carlotta, it's so consistent now. At first I thought, oh, that's cute, one time, two times. No, Mike's his new chew bud. Herb, tell your wife, thank you. I thought you guys, he's the sweetest little animal. He has to share. Okay? I think he gets it from the air in the house. I think he gets it from the breathing in our house. But he's like, hey, Mike, you want to chew? He's sharing. It's a true story. Gosh, is that the cutest thing? My little guy, he found Mike. I got a good friend now. Okay. Who does that? And it's, you know, when dogs do something consistent, it's, you know. You know. We get to know the kids. Good morning, everybody. Mike. Mike, you're off. It was from your dogs to Rob. Thank you, Herbs. I'll tell you what, he and Mike are like this. And it's only during chew time. The rest of the time, Mike, you go do what you want. But I feel like chewing a chewy. Mike, I gotta find you. Okay, I got a couple of videos I want to show you guys, and then we're gonna get started. And then I have a story. Oh gosh, I'm sorry I wasn't here yesterday, but there was a really big reason for me to not be here yesterday. Gigantic. And I learned from it. So I'll share some of that with you guys in a bit. Oh yeah, I learned. That's all I do anymore is learn. Wait for this. This is a great job. Deborah Pearl. Yeah, it was huge, Carly. Deborah! She sent me this over the weekend when she was starting to do her farming and filtering. It's beautiful work. Deborah, I like your style. A couple of other people sent me stuff too. I forget if I saved the pictures or not. But Deborah, I like your style. We're going to talk more about this tomorrow, and I'm going to show you my final result from this. And we'll discuss this part of our project tomorrow. Okay? Isn't that a great picture? It looks like a flower. It almost looks like a special pearl flower. All right. Now, yeah. I put towels down underneath my stuff too because of anything, yeah, nerdy, I think it is. Because it just grabs up stuff and you don't have to be clean up as much afterwards. Okay, so this right here is an amazing feat of team. Teams. It's important to be a team. It's important to support your team members. Even when you're not conscious, you can help.
Carolina finally pushed one through Sterling. Brown Sterling! Here comes the spike straight to the...
First of all, it starts out... Wait a minute. First of all, it starts out that this guy, Yale's catching up in the men's varsity volleyball championship. Okay? Oh, gosh, Pops. You're terrible at this.
Carolina on his face. Yale has come back from the brink and is looking to put this one into the history books. That's point for Yale. Carolina finally pushed one through Sterling. Brown.
Boom!
Here comes the spike straight to the man. The man. The legend. His teammates help him to his feet. Now they raise him heavenward.
Wait till you see the guy returning the spikes from the ground. Boom! Okay, one more time. Okay. I love the guy laying on the ground just taking spikes. Back from the brink.
Into the history books. Carolina finally pushed one through Sterling.
Boom!
Here comes the spike straight to the man.
Oh, gosh.
The legend. His teammates help him to his feet. Now they raise him heavenward. Yale has come back from the brink.
I can't believe it. Stop it, Pops. Yale has come back from the brink. Okay, that is funny. Boom! How do they film that? That is so good. Okay, that is so good. All right. Okay, now that we're through being funny, let's be smart. How do I do this? Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Watch this. This blew my mind. Nerd, how'd they do that? How would you like to be the unconscious guy that they hold up? Oh, Pops, be kind. Here we go. Watch this. Wait. Oh, what's always wrong with my volume?
This triangle. Now we'll draw. This will blow your mind. Start by drawing 3 points in the shape of a triangle. To start us off, choose a point anywhere within this triangle. Now we'll draw more points by repeating 2 simple rules over and over. The first rule tells us to randomly select one of the original 3 points. For example, suppose we choose 3. The second rule tells us to move halfway from the point we just drew toward the selected point and draw another point. That's it. Now we repeat the 2 rules from the point we just drew. Randomly select one of the original 3 points. Suppose we choose point 1 this time. Move halfway from the point we just drew toward point number 1 and draw another point. Now we'll repeat once again. After each new point, we'll randomly select one of the original 3 points, move halfway toward it, and draw another point. The question is, what happens if we continue to draw hundreds or even thousands of points using these 2 simple rules over and over? Well, here's what it looks like after 100 points. And here's what it looks like after 1,000 points. And finally, here's what it looks like after 25,000 points have been drawn. As if by magic, this eerie image emerges. It's known as the Sierpinski triangle, and it's a famous fractal. Amazingly, although the points are drawn in a random manner, the Sierpinski triangle will always materialize after enough points are drawn. This will blow your mind. Start by drawing 3.
I don't know who has time to write down 25,000 points, but wow. How do you like that? Give me some feedback on that one. I'm looking for a little feedback. 84 people, 36 likes. What do you think of that? Somebody, I forget who sent that to me. Thank you for sending that. Fascinating. Fractals. The computer does it nowadays? Do they AI those things now? Isn't that crazy, Penny? How do you... That's nuts. Pretty cool. Never winner beforers. Never winner beforers. If you've won here before, please don't participate in this small contest. If you've never won here before, we have a little lottery machine that spits out numbers between 1 and 50. You're going to get to write 3 numbers between 1 and 50 on your line and see if you can guess which number is in my chute. Never winner beforers only. Please don't participate. If you do, just don't. Okay? Never winner beforers. There's a number in my chute. Who's going to get it? This is great. There's a bunch of never winner beforers here. This is great. You can guess more than one time. 3 on a line until you get it. Never winner beforers. I want to give you guys somebody that's never won something here before. I want them to win something. Okay? But all you have to do is put 3 numbers on a line between 1 and 50. And then if you didn't see me say yes, do it again. Kill the game. Too much Dookie has already won. Too much said 40. And the first number in the chute was 40, Too much. So Too much has already killed the game. Good job, Too much. Good job. Too much. I'm going to be sending you. Congratulations. That's cool. Never winner before. Too much. I'm going to leave the Dookie part off for now. Okay? We'll just leave that part off for a minute. Too much. We're going to be sending you a little over a gram of our extract, silly extract. And this is a little over a gram of a ghost mushroom. You're going to do all kinds of experiments and figure stuff out for yourself. Okay? And give you a little sampley-damply dough. And we're going to send that to you. If you send to me your address at the Detroit Mush Lab, .net. That's a website. You're going to scroll down to the bottom of the website. There's an email place there. Email me your address, and we'll mail that off to you. Yes, Benji, you can. You have to go to the site. Okay. That was for our first Never Winner Before. We haven't done a Never Winner Before in a couple of weeks. Congratulations. Too much of something. This comes from my friend Jolie. Benji, one more time. The Detroit Mush Lab. It's all one word. The DetroitMushLab.net. Okay? Thank you, Angel. So, tomorrow we're going to finish up our LC farm. You're welcome, Benji. Tomorrow we're going to finish up LC. Today, let's do this. Everything you wanted to know about a petri dish, but were afraid to ask. How about that? Who wants to hear everything you wanted to know about a petri dish, but were afraid to ask? It's something we use in our mycology every single day. How much do you know about a petri dish? Do you really know as much as you think you know? Or is it just a tool? You just use it, and where did it come from? Who was the first one? How come? How did it all work out? I don't know about you guys, but that's the kind of stuff I like. I like to learn stuff. Yesterday, I'm like, I need to know more about petri dishes. A petri dish is also called a petri plate. It's also called a petri plate. It's also called a cell culture dish. These are other terms for it. Plate. A cell culture dish. It's a shallow, transparent, lidded dish that biologists, mycologists, etc., use to hold growth medium, the agar, in which cells can be cultured. Originally, cells of bacteria, fungi, and small mosses were the first things that they had used when they were using petri dishes. The container is named, who knows? Who's already looked it up because they're like really interested? Where did Petri come up with its own name? Why didn't they just leave it at cell culture dish, RX? That would have been easy. Cell culture dish. Why'd somebody have to put their last name on it? The container is named after its inventor, a German bacteriologist, Julius Richard Petri. It is the most common type of culture plate. The Petri dish is one of the most common items in a biology laboratory, mycology, and has entered popular culture. The term is sometimes written in lowercase, especially, in other words, you don't have to use a capital P because it's his last name. There's a bunch of kids out here playing with PP. Come on, kids. Knock it off. You're in class right now. Seriously. We're better than that. Okay? If you were in my class, I'd ask you to walk outside. Take a walk. What was later called Petri dish was originally developed by a German physician, Robert Koch, Koch, in his private laboratory in 1881. Petri was an assistant to Koch at the Berlin University. And he made the final modifications that we see today, the Petri dish that we see today, not the plastic one, but the glass one, 1887. We've been using the same tool since 1887. Nobody's come up with a better one. No new mousetrap for the Petri dish. That's pretty, wow. Penicillin was the first antibiotic, and it was discovered in 1829 by Alexander Fleming because he noticed mold and bacteria culture in a Petri dish. The mold and the penicillin in the Petri dish was killing all the other molds around it. Can't reinvent the wheel. Who said that? That was a good one, was. Petri dishes are usually cylindrical, mostly with diameters ranging from 30 to 200 millimeters. The ones that we typically see, that you, myself, mycologists, etc., usually we're using a 90 millimeter or 100 millimeter in terms of the size. And that's talking about the diameter of the plate. Last year, maybe 2 years ago, it was 2 years ago around Christmas time, at the Detroit Mush Lab, we experimented with 30 millimeter plates. They're tiny little plates, the smallest ones you get, little 30 millimeters. And we were thinking, oh, what a neat idea for giving you, get one from us and give to somebody as a Christmas present, stocking stuffer, as it were. And all you'd need was that one little disc, drop in a jar of spawn, and you can start it. So you had a perfect starter disc, not a whole thing that you cut pieces of. Boom, big guy, but only 30 millimeter. So we did that for a season. Sold 2. Gave the rest away. You guys didn't like the idea. Petri dishes were traditionally made of glass. Now, and that glass is a borosilicate glass, which is heat tempered. Okay? Since the 1960s, plastic dishes have taken over. And they're 92% of the market, 90%, let's say, is in plastic. Do me a favor, we talk about it here, we don't talk about it here enough. Recycle your plastics. Well, our new methods here now, we're going through so much plastic that we didn't before. And we had to be more aware. Before, we were using glass jars, and they were reusable and cleanable and reusable and cleanable. And when we're using our plastic, we don't really reuse it. So we have to dispose of our plastic. We're being extremely responsible, we believe, through the Detroit Mush Lab. I don't even just put it in the trash with our plastics. We save them up, cans, and then some bags. I don't even, because I don't know what the trash guy's gonna do. I don't know if he's just gonna go and throw them into the regular trash. So we do at least this, we take it down to the recycle center once or twice, as soon as we have a bulk. And we drop it off at the recycle center, our plastics, to make sure that at least they get to the recycle center. And then we hope they do the right things from there. So our plastic plates, empty syringes, bags and bags and bags. That's what we do. Good morning, Corey. I haven't seen my friend here in a long time. Yeah, there's waste energy places here, B. Hendricks. The dishes are often covered with a shallow, transparent lid that resemble a slightly wider version of the plate itself. So you have the plate and you have a lid that covers over the top of it. Okay? Is this interesting to you guys? Are you guys finding this Petri talk? Petri class. Is this interesting? Cell culture dishes. There's a little more we're going to talk about. We'll talk about this. I think it's neat to understand the tools that we play with. Some Petri dishes, especially the plastic ones, usually feature rings or slots on their lids and bases. So they're less prone to sliding off one another when stacked. I've never seen that. So he's telling us that on the plate itself, there's the outside of the plate, there's like little styrations. So when you stack them, they don't slide off each other. I haven't seen that plate. Some versions have grids printed in the bottom to help in measuring the density of cultures. So you're going to have grids, and the denser the culture gets, you can measure it inside the plate itself. A microplate is a single container with an array of flat-bottomed cavities, each essentially a small petri dish. So this is, you've got a plate and it has sections. And each of the sections inside of that plate, and some of you have seen this, no doubt, section petri plates. You can do different operations in each of those sections. And then it's all still done in the same microenvironment. So it's a great way to test cultures against each other. Sectored plates. It makes it possible to inoculate and grow dozens or hundreds of independent cultures of dozens of samples at the same time. Besides being cheaper and more convenient than using separate dishes. So if you're going to be doing that kind of work, checking different cultures against each other, use sectored dishes. Instead of 4 dishes, you can use one with 4 sections. And it's actually a little more accurate because you're keeping all 4 of those samples or those sections in the same microenvironment. And Nerdy's right, they look cool too. Okay? Besides being cheaper and convenient to use than separate dishes, the microplate is also more amenable to handling and inspection. So, let's do just a little bit of history. We're going to do a little bit of history. By the way, here's a petri plate that they've done some swab samples on. Okay? They obviously have a swab with something on it, and they've gone and they've swabbed strokes on the petri plate, on the agar medium, covered it, and then they've taped the lid closed, usually a parafilm type of tape. And then, this is just a picture. Okay? It's one of the neatest things in the whole world is get yourself a stack of petri plates and see the different things. Try sneezing around one. Just sneeze. Cover it. Go back and look at it in 24 hours. You're going to go, oh, I'm the reason for COVID. The Petri dish was developed by a German physician, Julius Richard Petri, after whom the name is given, while he was working as an assistant under Robert Koch at Berlin University. Petri did not invent the culture dish himself. Rather, it was a modified version of Koch's invention, which used an agar medium that was developed by Walter Hess. Koch had published a precursor dish in a booklet in 1881, which has come to be known as the Bible of Bacteriology. He described a new bacteria culture method that used a glass slide with agar and a container, basically a petri dish. It was a circular dish, 20 by 5 centimeters with a matching lid, which he called a moist chamber. Koch, the original guy, he would call these moist chambers. A bacterial culture was spread on the glass side, then placed in the moist chamber with a small wet paper. Bacterial growth became easily visible. Koch publicly demonstrated his plating method at the 7th International Medical Congress in London in August 1881. 1881 is the first time we see a guy plating cultures and showing the microbiology community his new methodology. That's pretty cool. Louis Pasteur, who happened to be there, Anybody know anything about Louis Pasteur? Freeze, stop it. Louis Pasteur, he was kind of a bacteriologist guy, right? Louis explained, c'est un grand progrès, monsieur. What a great progress, sir. It was using this method that Koch discovered important pathogens of tuberculosis, anthrax, and cholera. For his research on tuberculosis, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1905. His students also made important discoveries. The bacteria for diphtheria, for typhoid, etc. Okay? Petrie made changes. Now we come along, Koch's doing it with his moist chamber. Petrie, who works for him, an assistant in his laboratory, says, Monsieur. No, because Koch was German. So he said, sir, I think there's a better way. And he shows him his Petri dish technology. Petrie made changes in how the circular dish was used. It's often asserted that Petrie developed a new culture plate, but that is incorrect. Instead of using a separate glass slide or plate on which the culture media was placed, see, Koch's back here, he's got a glass plate like you slide under a microscope. And he puts that inside the plate, the moist chamber. Petrie comes along and says, we don't need the plate. Let's get rid of the glass plate. Let's pour the agar right into the moist chamber. And then we'll put the microbes and stuff, the stuff that we're testing and checking, we'll put it right onto the agar. Instead of the moist piece of paper that's gonna then become contaminated in the moist chamber. So he's taking a tremendous step forward in biology. Instead of using a separate plate on which culture media was placed, Petrie placed the media into the glass dish, eliminating the unnecessary steps, such as transferring the culture media, using the wet paper, and reducing the chance of contamination. He published his improved method in 1887. And they talk about the book here. It's way too long a title in German. I can't say it. He called it a minor modification of the plating technique of Koch. Although it could have been named the Koch dish, the final method was given the name Petri dish. There you know more about Petri dishes than you knew before, especially the moist chamber part. Why do you guys, Petri, moist chamber, this is biology, guys. This is science, okay? All right, good information there. Good information. We're gonna be doing that during the next few weeks, finding information out of our lab and teaching each other stuff. Next time somebody wants to know something about a Petri dish, you'll go, oh, you mean a Koch moist chamber? Is that what you're talking about? No, what? No. Yeah, let me tell you the story. 1881, he introduces it, 1887. His Petri, his assistant comes along. You can tell him the whole story. Speaking of stories, I wasn't here yesterday. I missed you guys. I don't like not being here. And I wasn't here. Usually if I'm not here, it's migraine-y or something creepy. Yesterday it was worse. Oh, gosh. Monday. I got to tell you guys a story. Monday was April 1st. I didn't do any April Fools to anybody. I'm going to be impeccable. Like I had the urge to April Fools a few people. Some of you here. I was going to pull a really tricky, hopefully I was like, no, I'm not gonna take advantage of anybody, and I'm not gonna be. I'm just gonna do what I'm supposed to do on April 1st. In our county here, the last day of March is when all of your taxes are due. The last day of March, property taxes and all of this other stuff. If it ends, the last day ends on a weekend, then the next first day is the last day that you have to do your taxes. Turn in the money. What's Pops do? So that means April 1st was due. Everything was due Monday. So there was part of me is like, are you procrastinating? Waiting till the last day to pay all your taxes? Or are you being a brilliant financial guy and you're taking advantage of all the interest rates and you're holding on to it till last second and you're not going to give them your money because you're going to keep it in the bank for interest? Which is it? At the end of contemplation, I came up with, I think it's 50-50, to be honest with you. I think I could have paid it like 2 or 3 days sooner and I would have lost 12 cents. So if I self-analyze, I mean, I did have a reason for waiting really long, all the way to the end. But maybe I should have given myself a buffer day or two. Okay? For it's a little bit of both. Okay? Maybe a little more of one and more, I don't know. Okay. So Monday, it's like tax day. And there's a little bit of pressure because you're like, okay, I waited till now. I got to get it done. I have done this every year since I moved to Michigan. No problem. Just the last day of the period. And you're able to hear it. You can pay it on phone. Boop, call, I got it down, got it, man. I'm going to sit down, make my phone call, get out the old checkbook, set it up, I'm good. Try finding somebody to answer the phone. Okay, we'll do the automated system. Okay, automate. I'm sorry, you have to beep. I spent 4 hours on Monday. 4 hours. You guys are watching Brock and having a good time, and I'm in here going, I gotta pay my taxes. 4 hours. And finally, I sit back. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday. Whew, done. Thank goodness all of that's taken care of. I asked myself, this is a true story. I asked myself at the end of the day, did you do your best? And I was, no, I didn't. My best would have been, in retrospect, had I called him maybe Thursday or Friday. Handled it last week and I didn't have to worry about it on the very last day. When every single guy in Oakland County is trying to call him at the same time. Okay? RXAR, they're crazy. Anyways, long story short, everything's done. I'm just, it's great. Relax, watch the girl basketball game Monday night. Fascinating game. Great game. What a basketball game. Go to bed. Everything's going to be great. 2 o'clock in the morning, I wake up. Don't ask me why, because I never do this. I don't. 2 o'clock in the morning, I went over to my phone and I call up my bank account, and I look at my bank account. I don't know what prompted me to do this, but I pull up my bank account, and I'm in the negatives by thousands. Not a small amount. They've taken all of my balance, and they've added a whole negative thing. All my money's gone, and I owe them $8,100. The bank's saying, overdrawn. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. You're overdrawn, pal. Okay. Do you think I slept after that? Give me 3 people that would have been able to go back to sleep. I'm not one of them. Okay? Yeah, $8,100 overdraw. I'm not one of them. No sleeping for me. And now it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, Brock, you're going to have to do the show. I'm trying to reach out to things, and they're saying, you have to call back during business hours, which start at 9 o'clock. Okay, 9 o'clock. 2 to 9. I'm like, what the hell's going on around here? Okay, I'm freaking. Who said they can sleep like a baby? Sweating cowboy. Okay, good for you, bro. You're one of the 3. Okay, so here I am. 9 o'clock, I can finally reach out to people. No one will answer the phone. You'll only get automaticos. I don't even know what to do. I finally get a hold of a human being at my bank. And I'm like, there's been, I look at my, I'm sorry, it's important you kind of know the background because I'm going somewhere with this story. I really am. I am. I'm just giving you guys the fill-in details because it's exasperating. And I want you to experience the exasperation with me, okay? What had happened when I look at my bank account is the tax people had put in the payment twice. Clerk over at the county took it once, and then after I'm done with him, he's going, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take it again. Or I don't know if it was on purpose, but it ends up happening. 2 withdrawals out. I get a hold of the bank. I say, you got to stop one of those withdrawals. I only made 1 payment, but they've taken 2 out. You have to, can you please stop payment on one of those? No, if we stop payment on one, because they both came in from the same place at the same time, we're going to have to stop payment on both. And then you could redo it. What goes on in my brain? If I stop payment on them, then I won't have paid my taxes on April 1st. And now I'm in a completely different, now I'm going to be in tax arrears. I can't stop payments because she goes, the only one that can fix this for you is the county assessor. They have to get with us and tell us they overdid it and take 1 back. This went on for 3 to 4 or 5 hours yesterday. The old pops would have been able to handle this for about 15 minutes. Am I right, Brock? Maybe 10. And steam, there would be steam going through the phone at the people who had nothing to do with it. They're trying to fix it with me. I wouldn't have been able to handle this for much. The whole time that I'm doing this, the whole time that I'm going through, especially yesterday. Monday, I put myself in that situation by being a last-minute Louie. Yesterday, I'm sitting there going, it's not, I'm talking to Ruth, I'm talking to Mabel, I'm talking to Diane, it's none of their faults. It's not even personal. This is a financial, I had the best opportunity yesterday to not take things personal and to do my best. You know what my best was yesterday? You know what my best was? Not doing old program stuff. Walking through this with the kindness. Being patient with the person on the phone. Trying my hardest not to lose it, because I'm losing it. By 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they're like, there's nothing we can do. Nothing. Bank's done with me. If you want, we'll recharge both of them, but not just one. The county assessor, there's nothing you can do. Today was scheduled. I wasn't going to be here this morning. I wasn't. I was going to be the third day in a row. You guys are going to, you guys will have the luck of Brock. I was scheduling myself to 30-mile drive down to my county headquarters. I'm going to go in there. Oak Glen County Assessor, here's all my paperwork. Will you please help me? You have like $8,100 of my money. Well, give me a supervisor. Now, Pops wouldn't have been a nice guy in that situation. I would have tried like I tried yesterday. But I was mission-oriented. 2 o'clock this morning, I wake up. Same thing I did the day before. And I don't do this. 2 o'clock in the morning, I wake up. You know what? I checked my bank account. All of my money's back in. Balances are right. Everything's fixed. Yesterday didn't even happen. I remember from 1 o'clock yesterday till first thing this morning, 2 o'clock this morning, telling myself, you know what you're going to do? You're not going to lose it. You're not going to be cranky to Brock. You're not going to be, for the rest of the day until tomorrow when you can do something about this, until you can do something about this, you're going to do nothing. My best yesterday was to do nothing. Did you get that? I mean, the stuff that I get to learn, this was a big one. This put every emotion, every anxiety, put everyone at risk for me. And my very best was to do nothing. Well, thank you, Annie. Can you? All right, John, we're going to let you go. We're not doing that. Okay. Who curses people with blood? Oh. Okay. Penny, I thought the story would be even more impactful to you guys because it was to me. I was just like, oh, that's good, Michael Patterson. Life is a laboratory. I was just like, Pops, you're really learning lessons. Dad, it would not. That's my son. He's known me from, the old. I'll tell you, I got goosebumps right now. I'll tell you, yesterday was one of the best days of my life. With all of the anxiety and all of the stuff and the way I could have and gone and been and knocked on doors and banged through and you're going to fix it and all that. And I was like, be still. Be still. And I thought I was still going to have to handle it this morning with goodness and kindness. And the universe said to me, proud of you, Pops. Look at your bank account. We got you. When you do your best, you learn to accept yourself. But you have to be aware and you have to learn from your mistakes. Learning from your mistakes. Don't wait till the last minute. Even if you think you're Mr. I'm saving a dime. Had I given it a day or two, Had I done this last Thursday, the anxiety wouldn't have even been there. I'd had a couple of days to clear it all up. Learning from your mistakes means you got to be practical. You got to look at yourself honestly. You have to look at yourself honestly. What's your part in it? My part in it? Yeah, sure, Mr. Interest. I'll call it a procrastinator. I shouldn't wait until the last minute. After that, the rest of it, I'm sort of a victim to it, but not. I wouldn't have even been there. You learn from your mistakes. You look honestly at the results. When you keep practicing, you almost don't have any choice, right, Mike Patterson? Life's going to give you opportunities whether you want them or not. Every time you do this, you increase your awareness. You're more capable next time. Next year, I'm not waiting till the last day. I've waited the last day every day for 3 years here. Four years. That was day 4. 4th year. I'm going to learn. I'll wait till 2 or 3 days. Doing your best doesn't really feel like work. My best yesterday wasn't work. My best yesterday was doing nothing when I couldn't, when I had no control over the situation, when I had to wait. You know you're doing your best when you enjoy what you're doing and you know there won't be negative repercussions to you. Well, I didn't really enjoy it yesterday, but 2 o'clock this morning, I certainly enjoyed my best. I looked back and said, I don't even know if the universe would have dropped that and fixed it and put it all back together had I not done my best. Had I been a cranky, janky jerk. Had I lost it with all these people who weren't really willing to help me. Somebody actually pushed all the buttons, fixed it all, and somewhere around midnight, the banking system puts all the new stuff in from yesterday and tomorrow, and that's when it got fixed. Somebody yesterday pushed all the right buttons for me. One of those people I talked to, Ruth or Phyllis or Diane, and I don't think I lost it with any of them. I think Ruth was actually Ruth might have been cute. You do your best. Do your best because the results will be the best. Action is about living fully. Inaction is the way we deny life. Inaction is sitting in front of the TV every day because you're afraid to take risks. You're afraid to express who you are. Expressing who you are and what you are takes action. You can have a lot of great ideas, but it's the action that's going to make the difference. Mr. Procrastinator. Without action upon an idea, there will be no manifestation, no results, and no rewards. I'm going to share this a little bit later today. We have action going on all over the place. Doing our best. We're up to the autoclave systems now. Always improving. Always looking for a way to grow. Sometimes the way to grow is by doing nothing. Just sit there. Don't make it worse. Sometimes that's what it is, nerdy. Sometimes your best is don't make it worse. That's our theme for today. Sometimes your best is don't make it worse. That's my story for today. Thanks for letting me share it with you guys. I went through it for 2 days. And one of them was absolutely unnecessary. The other one happened, and I absolutely did the right thing. I look back at my yesterday and I said, Pops, you're a champion. You set a personal record for yourself. You never lost your temper. You never acted jerky. You never took advantage. You never blamed anybody. You just worked as hard as you could to fix it, and you're going to go back to work on it this morning. Personal record. I know, Jonathan K. Life is so beautiful. Life is so beautiful when you stop and you look at it and reflect, and your awareness grows. Do you think 3 years ago I sat around going, you know what, this is going to be great. I'm going to grow from this. I've been looking for somebody to punch out. Okay? Let's keep growing as a crew. This stuff's a beautiful place to live. And we help each other get it through it. Let's do one more giveaway. Okay? Let's do another giveaway. Everybody plays 1 through 50. Go. 1 through 50. I know, vague. I got double billed. I thought it was going to be forever. Okay? 1 through 50. Give me a number. Kill the game, Lexington Felix. Lexington Felix has already won. Lexington Felix just won. He said 46. And I'm going to show you guys that that's a 46 in there. It's hard to tell, but yeah, that's a 46. Lexington Felix. Okay, I got to do it. Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. Whenever he gets in a mix, he reaches into his bag of tricks. Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat. You laugh so hard, your sides will ache, your heart will go pitter-pat. Oh, watching Felix, a wonderful cat. Okay, does anybody think Pops watched a Felix? Did Pops ever watch a Felix cartoon? Felix, we're going to be sending you this. We're going to be sending you some we haven't decided to call it concentrate or extract. We're just going to call it extract. Okay, we're going to extract, and we're going to be sending you that fella there too. Okay? Herbie, I love that theme song. You guys, go have a wonderful day. Thank you very, very much for being here today. Everything's back to normal. Tomorrow we'll talk about our LC farming a little bit, and I'm going to share with you guys our new autoclave. You guys excited? Autoclaving it up. We've been running it for a little while now. So getting rid of jars, getting rid of tubs, getting rid of all that, and looking for ways to do this better. Because we're always looking to do our best. Have a great day, you guys. I'll see you here tomorrow. The winners, Lexington Felix and the pile of dog do guy? I don't know. What was his name? I forget, and I'm not trying to be rude. Send me your address, and I'll get these out to you. Have a great day, you guys. Scrolling you out. SSW. Rehan, nice to see you, Rehan. Saturn, Justin, you too. Marky Z and Stuart. Nice to see you here today, Stuart. Stuart, you were really involved today. Good job. Marcy plants flowers. She also plants kindness. Shy and RX and B. Hendricks and Exception and Woody K. The chocolate bars are over there. Yes. Michael Allen and Greg Avery and Rehan and Penny Pack and Buddy and JC and Shy and Nerdy and D. Anderson, thank you. And Cleany and Marcy and Herbie Von Werby Kebab and Sandy and Free and Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Nice to see you. Stuart and Rehan and Saturn and Kimberly. Have a great day, dear. Jolie, you too, Doc. Mark and Cat Meowzilla. Jesus Christ and Charlie Ray Merritt. Vicky and Vegas. Have a wonderful day, dear. R&R Make them smile. Jesus Christ, Laura, have a divine day. Mushmouth, Jonathan K, I love that guy. Mushy, I love that guy. Jesus Christ, Corey. Hi, Corey. Calico Kid, you know who I like. Scotty. Deborah, she's a pearl. Woody K and Summer Wee. Thank you, dear. Hip Kitty, Marcy. Nerdy, Jackson's Art, Southern Green. Too much? Dookie. There it is. There he is. There he is. Bye, crew. Michael, have a great day. Charlie and Michael Brown and Woody K and Howie X and Hip Kitty and 5280 all day. Mark Zamaron, YouTube, NG, Jesus Christ, Lexington, Jackson's Art, there it is. And the laws, Pops, peace, kindness, do your best.